Hello everyone, welcome to Data Field Networks. In this video, I'll be showing us how to configure U-turn NAT. So first of all, what's U-turn NAT? So U-turn NAT is a form of NAT that is used to translate packet whose path is traversing the perimeter of a network and has a need to also return to the internal part of the network. So a typical example is a network where we have external DNS services for internal servers that are within the enterprise. So we shall demonstrate this in our lab where I have an already set up uh, topology. So this consists of an internal server with the IP address 192.168.127.20. We have an internal user with IP address 27.6, and we have a public IP here, which is going to be used for the URLs for, for our internal users. And of course, we have our management station. So let me go to the web UI of the firewall. So here we have our our interfaces of the firewall. We have the internal, which is the 27.2 as shown, and we have the 137.3. So which is the untrust zone. So we have the trust and the untrust zone. So before I configure a rule on the firewall, let me establish a base case. So by testing traffic on my internal user, which is the WinXP. So I'm going to send traffic, a web traffic to the public IP and see the result I get. So let me go to Explorer, say HTTP, let's see, 168.137.2. Okay, let's see what I get. It appears to be loading. Okay, I'm just going to wait for it. Okay, so it's done. So my page is not open. So it shows that there's something wrong with the configuration for now. So my traffic is not getting to the server. So I'll go back. So before I create a policy, I'm going to create some objects. So I go to Object tab. I'm going to add. So I'll create a public IP object. So I'll say public IP, which is in this case is 192. That's 168.137.200. So I'll click OK. So the second object is going to be for my server 1, which is going to be 192.168.27.20 as shown there. So click OK. So the next thing I'll do is to go to my policy. So I'll create a NAT policy. Click on Add. So I can call this my U-turn NAT. U-turn NAT. Original packet is coming from the trust zone, and the destination zone, of course, is untrust. I can use any IP address as my source for now, but destination address is going to be, and of course, any service. So destination address is going to be my public IP. So which in this case is 137.200. So I'll go to my translated parts of the policy. So U-turn NAT is a typical example of the combination of source NAT and destination NAT. I'll go to my translation type. This is going to be, of course, this is port address translation. So I'm using my dynamic and IP and port option. It's going to be an interface type because the idea is to convert the IP address or translate the IP address of WinXP to the internal IP of the firewall. So that will cause the reversal or the U-turn, as it were. So I'll select the 21.1, 27.2. So I'll select destination, which is going to be my server in this case. So I'll click OK. Then I can commit this. Again, just look at the NAT rule again. So I said my original packet was from it's coming from the trust zone and it's going to the untrust. And the IP address doesn't matter, the source IP address. And I specify the public IP as my destination IP for the original packet. For the translated, so I did a source translation and a destination translation. So I click OK. So let me go and test traffic and see what progress we've made so far. So look at that. So the effect of the NAT rule is what we can see as far as our Cisco page. So I'm going to try and refresh this page for some times so I can generate some logs for my firewall for my session command. So I'll go in to the firewall, login. So show session all. So I don't have any session yet. So I'll go and try to do some refresh so I can generate more traffic that can be viewed on my session table. All right, here we go. So if you look at the session table, we have different sessions. We have session 99, 101, session 102, and it shows the application and the state. These are active sessions. We have the source ports, we have the zones. So this is just showing the translation, both the source translations and the destination translation. So I'm going to zoom into a particular session. So let me pick session 101 for more information. So let me show. session 102 actually. I think I have 101 here. Okay, I can do 101 also. 101. Show ID 101. Okay, so I have the source IP, which is my WinXP 27.6, and it's going to the destination. The original traffic is going to 137.200, and I see the reverse traffic is going from 27.20, which is my server, and it's going back to my internal interface, to the firewall's internal interface, which is 27.2. So I can see more information. So now I want to see what rule is allowing this traffic. If you look very carefully, I can take a snipe to trying to see. Let me close this for now. I want to just highlight a section of this. Okay. So if you look at this rule, the rule allowing us is, I'm going to highlight this part. Allowing this access is the interzonal, default. See very well. Interzonal default. So pretty much, look at this section. So the rule allowing this session to be opened is a interzonal default, telling us that the traffic, of course, the traffic is an interzonal traffic because it's going from the trust zone and it's going to the trust, also going to the trust zone. So from trust to trust, pretty much. So that would be the I have to mention here that we didn't have to create any rule, any special rule for the traffic to make a U-turn. So the intrazonal default is sufficient for the U-turn NAT to happen. So I hope we're able to pick one or two things from this small configuration. Thank you for your time.